been almost 2 years since he was suspended together with his national chairman. The National Executive Council of the New Patriotic Party, based on findings of the party's disciplinary committee, suspended Kwabena Agyapong together with second vice chairman Sami Krab as well as the national chairman Paul Afoko. They were handed indefinite suspensions after a petition was brought before the NPP, was brought by some NPP members who accused them of undermining the party's authority. There seemed to be a campaign seeking to reinstate the suspended general secretary. And I have two NPP members with me in the studio. They are Haruna Abdul Basid and Jihan Ifwa Nuhu. You're welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you
for having us. So what's this group again?
Well, we aren't a group.
You're in a group, so you're just individuals?
Yes, we are party members, a pool of party members, and we are custodians of our party's constitution. And we think that there's a need our general secretary is called back to take his legitimate position.
Okay.
And so we aren't a group, so to speak. We are a pool of party faithfuls or grassroots people.
A pool? It's a pool I'm interested in. So I want to know who makes up this pool. How many are you? Because that also determines the majority. They say majority rules, right? So if we know the number of people who are seeking for the reinstatement of Kwabena Agyapong, for example, then it gives us a better idea.
We are only fortunate to have found ourselves today at the Accra Press Center and held a press conference. And we spoke to some specific constitutional breaches, so to speak.
Okay. And, give us a highlight of the issues you raised. I don't know if you'd like to go ahead with that.
Good afternoon once again to your listeners. We are happy you have us here. Like Bassett said, just to bring clarity, we are not a physical group. We are
within the NPP.
Within the NPP, not at all. We are actually a group in terms of what we believe in at this point in time. And so it's difficult to say we are 1,000 or 2,000, but for a party that's won overwhelmingly, out of this overwhelming number, an overwhelming majority of us believe that this is the point where our general secretary ought to be reinstated.
If you say the majority, we need to be sure what kind of majority are you talking about, and that's where we need the numbers. So if you want to say, you want to speak without the numbers, then you'd rather not go with the majority, because majority implies numbers.
This is a call.
Okay.
And so it would be difficult for you to think that 3-4 people gathered one day. It has been incessant, and then you feel that everybody thinks the way you do, and so collectively you decide that this is the path you want to chant.
Okay, but that's what you were saying. I am not an NPP member. My viewers, most of whom are not NPP member, maybe, I don't know if most of them, but there are viewers who are watching you right now who are not NPP members, so they don't know where this conversation came from. I mean, so you can tell us here that yes, this is what everybody else is calling for, but how can we prove it?
Maybe not with numbers. Again, you are saying you don't even know whether a majority of your viewers are NPP members.
Right.
But the majority of Guineans voted for the NPP to come to power. By extension, it means that when you strike an average, every Guinean, a majority of them will belong to our party who are voters.
Why didn't you engage the party executive and then instead of engaging the media by organizing a press conference, for example?
This is a second leg. There had been an initial petition to the party executive. I mean, it was stated in our press conference that we had petitioned the leadership, former President John Ejekun Kufuor, the Council of Elders Chairman, Honorable C.K. Tadam, a host of others, high-profile ranking party people. And now, as at the time we are having this press conference, we are yet to receive a response.
So why don't you wait for a response then?
Because there has not been a response to tell us when to expect a response. and since
so basically your petition has not been, they've not acknowledged receipt of your petition.
If you say they have not acknowledged receipt, we are not in a position to know. We are in a position to know they have not responded.
No, if
we say they have not acknowledged, it will come across as a snob.
Have they told you that they have received it? Like, we have received it, we'll work on it. That's acknowledgement of receipt.
Yes.
So then you can confirm. It has been confirmed that
we know that they have received
it.
Them. We have not yet had response, favorable or otherwise. And so this is another way to say there's an issue of, because we are working within time. There's a stipulated time to be general secretary. Part of that has will elapse because he's been on some suspension.
Okay.
Now we think that even if the suspension was supposed to be for 15 months, we are well into 19 months, 4 months down the lane. There should be some call. We need to know whether...
Because we're running out of time, let's be specific about what exactly you want from the party executive. What exactly do you want them to do? Why do you also want Kwabena Agyapong to be reinstated, apart from you saying that he's been on suspension for 15 months? I think you want to go with that.
We really think that Kwabena Agyapong has been elected as our General Secretary legitimately. And then the disciplinary committee so suspended him for some disciplinary issues. And then in that suspension letter, he was handed 15-month suspension.
If it was indefinite, then there wouldn't be a time.
It wasn't indefinite. In his case, it was 15-month suspension that the disciplinary committee recommended to National Council. Okay. And they so adhered to it. Okay. Are you getting that again?
Yes, I
am. We're saying that this party, I'm fortified in my belief that it's a party that does not only believe in rule of law, but practices same. And I'm afraid, in the way they are handling this matter, there must be some constitutional breach. Okay. For example, if you have handed him 15 months suspension, we are in the 19th month. What about the 4 months? Okay. There's been 4 months on top of whatever period that you have given him. Okay. And we, like I said earlier, we are party faithfuls. We are the grassroots people. As for the middle class, they would come and go. They will come when there is power. But we, the grassroots, we suffer. Okay. We know Kwabena Agyapong and we know his integrity and his capability. Very well. So we don't want a party like NPP would punish a person like Kwabena Agyapong up to this far. We really think that enough is enough. They should call him. They have given him disciplinary action enough. So they should call him, and then we'll see the way forward. Okay, so that is your demand. Yes, yes. Is he aware you're doing this? Did he put you people together? No. Like we said earlier, we are party faithfuls, and we think that we are adherents to the party's constitution. We defend it. Okay. And if you must have been part of those people who voted for him then. Of course. You are. Yes, so, of course. So he's like someone that you love. But and I'm part of those people who chastised him at the time that they were brouhaha. At that material moment, I had thought that the path he was charting for the party was wrong. But I have realized that we need to call him back. And reconcile everything. I see. What does the party stand to lose if what you're asking for is not heeded? We believe it will be heeded. This is a party grounded in democratic principles. This is a party that believes in the rule of law. We have a fantastic gentleman as the president of the country. We do not think that this will not be attended to. Just in case it is not heeded, what will happen? I'm sure we'll have another press conference to say that the petition and the press conferences have not been adhered to at this point. And then what? And then we are sure that we'll get a favorable response. Our party is not the party that will throw these issues to the gutters. We only think that they are not prioritizing it as we deem fit. Okay. And really, this is not to say, like he rightly said, we are challenging structural defects. It is not about Kwabena Agyapong as General Secretary. It is about anybody else that has gone through. But now you're speaking for Kwabena Agyapong. There's Paul Afoko. No, there's Paul Afoko. A moment, if you allow me. I am saying that we are challenging structural defects. At no point is this about Kwabena Agyapong. It is really about a General Secretary who has been overwhelmingly voted for at Congress. So if that is the case, then why aren't you speaking for the others? Because the others changed another part. When their disciplinary issues came up, they decided to have judiciary processes decide their fate. That's even better, isn't it? At this point, you're asking why we think that as a party, there were lots of rough times. I mean, before the disciplinary commission decided to suspend Kwabena and the others, there were lots of issues. In the heat of all these issues, they say, all right, step aside. They do. Some decide, I don't want to step aside, and so I'm going for interpretation of my party's constitution at the court. Okay. Another one decides, let this end in a way where I think that if I believe in... Let's die naturally. Not necessarily, but let us wait till when even the 15 months, for instance, is over. And then we'll pick up from there. As people who are committed to the tenets of our party's constitution, we believe that beyond 15 months, there's nothing really why he's not here. That's all. So give me quickly the highlights of your press conference. Then we need to wrap up this conversation. If this is not heeded too, the message out there is that our party this is how our party...
that it does not listen?
No, this is how our party compensates its faithfuls. A person like Kwabena Agyapong, if this is how it is treated, the message out there will not be good for us. Okay. That's one. And there's been some response in the media from some top party officials. I really think that it's not good for us as a party. It's not good for anyone. Their response has been so bad, just like how our General Secretary was not reinstated in due time, in the time the National Council agreed on. So their responses is not needed now. We are not championing the cause for any individual. We really think that we've gotten this power, and it's the time for us to rally behind each other, to come together, and we have the capacity to do the same. Right. So that's what we are championing. Okay. We are not out for any mischief. We are not out to ridicule anybody. At the end of the day, if the party is ridiculed, we suffer. So okay. that's our message. Okay,
thank you very much for passing through. I hope that the executives have heard you, and like you're saying, there will be a response.
Yeah. Thank you for having us. So when we next have an interview, it will be how successful this process has been so far.
I wish you all the best.
I wish you all the best.
I've been speaking to Haruna Abdul Basit. He's an NPP member. By the way, do you have cards to prove that you are NPP members? Where are your NPP cards?
We really are NPP members.
Yes, or you can say that, but I don't know. I don't know. Can you show me your yes?
That should have brought a party card
to show me
that you have the party card.
So I will satisfy myself.
Oh, I thought we displayed him at the press conference.
Oh, you displayed at the press conference. I wasn't there.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately, but then we are dedicated and committed. We wouldn't rise to a cause that we don't believe in the fundamentals.
I hear you. Yeah. Haruna Abdul Basit is an NPP member for which constituency though? Boku Central. And Jihan Efwa Nuhu. Another NPP member from which constituency? Cape Coast South. So you've heard from the Cape Coast South NPP people as well as the Boko Central NPP people away from